Okay guys, today we're doing winch install on the A7 Jeep Cherokee. We have the Badlands 12,000 pound old school steel cable winch. It has a good reputation. I've had a 9,000 in the past on another vehicle, and I figure I'll just try this 12,000 out. I got it for a pretty decent deal. As far as I'm concerned, more winch the better, as long as you got room for it. So we're going to start by unboxing it. Got this thing on sale a while back, so it's well under $300. I didn't get okay. Here's directions. We have a remote control, hook, handle for the hook. Okay, so we have alright, this is the control. I'll set it off the side for now. Then roller fair lead. It's gonna go right there. Negative cable. Okay. Nice thing is it comes with all the cables you need. And then this is looks like a relay you put in line with the battery, positive terminal, and the positive cable. Funny thing is, on my Jeep it didn't have this, but this is going to be a good upgrade. So it keeps you from burning up the wires or the motor in case there's a problem. Alright, and then here's the winch. Alright, so there's not a whole lot of directions, but they do give a quick wiring schematic. I definitely know that there's a little black wire on top of that solenoid box that needs to be hooked to the ground. Looks like, let's see. Okay. It looks like the ground goes from here to the battery terminal, and you also have to hook up this small negative cable to that ground, as well as that negative cable there. Okay, and then the schematics show that off the solenoid box shows the yellow goes where it goes, red goes where it goes, and the black goes where it goes. So we'll go ahead and hook those up. All right, so it's a 1/2 inch wrench to hook up the connectors. I'm gonna run everything loose for now. And we're just gonna hook up these wires real quick. And it doesn't have any slide-in nuts like the 9000 had. It looks like you just run the screws from bottom straight up into this winch, which is very convenient. Okay. So the side with the rubber boot is going to be with the winch. So I'm gonna hook that up with this guy here. Like I said, I'm gonna leave this loose because I might just have to, I'm just mocking it for now, and then when we stick it into place I might have to reroute this or something like that. Alright. And that's how it's gonna be set up in the vehicle. Run that little wire around the back. Okay, we're gonna set that there for now. Looks like we are color coded, so we've got yellow here, red here, and black little plastic grommet there. So we'll hook up this black one first. Pretty tight threads. There we go. We got the yellow. Okay, that looks pretty good. Then we got the red on this side. Just like that. All right. So now we're going to unravel zip ties. We might reuse the zip ties to run the wires up to the battery. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and snug this guy down. Looks like when I turn this, everything moves. So I'm gonna be very careful not to twist it internally. I'm gonna hold this cable really tight and do the snugging without spinning. Okay, then I go ahead and run this rubber protector. Oof. Over that terminal. And so that guy right there is done. Okay, now I'm gonna snug down all these connectors. These all snug. Okay. Alrighty. Probably be a good idea to get a winch cover because my other winch, all this stuff is very discolored. And then as far as these cables go, I'm just going to use the zip ties and zip tie them together so it's easier route up to the battery. So here's the hardware that came with the kit. These guys hold the fair lead on. It had one of these washers. Not sure. I'll have to, maybe I dropped it, misplaced it while I was rolling these things out. I'm not seeing anywhere. I got some lock washers. I'll put them on, grab the right size. And we have to make sure that we put the fair lead on first, because you can't access the back nuts once the winch is in place. So first thing we're gonna do is put the fair lead on. Okay, I found some washers. And go ahead and put on the fair lead. Don't drop this on yourself because it's gonna hurt. I'm gonna put the lock washers on the front side, that way this bolt doesn't stick out as far. And it should still get into the locking nut mechanism. Okay. Hold downward pressure. And if it doesn't, that lock washer should work. And there's not a whole lot of pressure on this fair lead. Well, there is, but if you're pulling sideways against a tree. Okay. All right, we got a 3/4 on the nut side, and it looks like also a 3/4 on the front side. I might be able to just tighten this up without, since I got the lock washer on the bolt side. Now we got a little spin, so let me grab a wrench real quick. Doesn't look like there's an up or down. Yeah, pull that nice and tight. Okay, snug those up. So we're gonna go ahead and pop the hood. Okay, well, there's our battery. And next to that radiator, there's a nice opening where I feel like the cables can go through. Oops, right there. If not, we can run it right next to the radiator and strap it down to the frame rail. That's probably what these guys here are for. Probably hold that cable up against frame rail, keep the fan from hitting it. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm just gonna kind of go through here and right there where you can see my fingers over the frame rail up to the battery. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna lay this winch in here and run the wires right through the hole for now, and drop the winch. I test fit the bolts and they fit right through the holes there, so that won't be a problem. Run those through first. Lift the winch up, position it. Get those out of the way for now. I'm going to go ahead and drop this winch into the hole. Okay, that looks good. Like that for now. And then so we're gonna run through this hole here, and then I'm gonna reach down into the hinge compartment, fish this wire up. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of So we're just gonna go around the battery for now, and just gonna leave these guys here for now. One thing I did forget, I'm glad I didn't bolt it down yet, is to remove this cable tie and then get the winch cable through the fairlead. Cable tie right here, discard, and then see if we can't get that winch cable through the fairlead. Okay, so this is engaged right there, and then turn this down and that should free spool. Might have something in the way. I did notice that that low wire is routed back there for now, so okay, so I'm just gonna get this guy. Good pull. Okay, so the cable is through the fairlead. Just gonna leave that alone for now. I'm just gonna grab the bolts, set it down here for now. The lock washers, set them down there, and then the regular washers. Okay, we're gonna go underneath. Okay. So the winch has got to move over just a bit. Oh, she's heavy. I have to slide her over just a little bit. Okay, let's see where we're at. Oh, very close. Oh, there we go. Okay, that looks good. Those all look good. Okay. I think that might be it. Go ahead and get the bolt, lock washer, and regular washer. Well, screw that guy in place. And we're not going to tighten any of these up until we get all of them going, all four. Okay. We got one more there. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and snug these guys down. Looks like 5/8. Okay, quick double check. Yeah. Okay, and these guys are running a little loose, so I'm gonna pull those up a little bit tighter because we don't want the cables hanging down anywhere where we might jack or hit a rock and start short out the wires, take the metal off. So that's done for now. More than likely I'm just gonna have to give this a little bit of a love tap. I'm gonna push down, pull forward. Okay, and that's in the right spot. These cables I am going to leave high. that. Then I'm gonna tie them together so they don't droop down below. Eventually I'll pick up some zip ties to keep them away from this mechanism and the cable as it's spooling up. Then I'll run these down low like that so it looks legitimate. Probably something just right on. This is probably more than likely going to be the permanent routing. I'll run a zip tie from here around the grill. These should ride like that, and we're good right there. So that sucker's hooked up. Okay, I went and trimmed and cleaned these up a little bit. Kind of a mess. I'll address those at a later date. Found the washer for the fairlead bolt right there. Too late now to worry about. I'll put that in the collection. So I was thinking I would just hook this guy right here in a way where it's not gonna send a live ground out, because this whole block here is going to be live. So when I hook up this cable here, I'm thinking about keeping all these positives taped together, so there's not a chance of shorting out to ground. I'll hook that guy right there. So for right now, I'm gonna go with that. Go ahead and clean this up, get the rust off. Then hook this guy right here. Okay, let's snag this guy down. Good. Alright, now we're all dialed in there. Like I said, I'll just run some sort of a sheath over here. Okay, so I took a piece of inner tube and ran a sheath over this positive terminal. And I'm just going to pull this over. That way, if I accidentally touch this to ground, it's not going to short out. And just if you cut it, I just had an inner tube laying around. This one had slime in it for flat tires, so just watch out for the slime, guys. Then you just have to hook up the power lead or the ground lead, and I'm gonna hook it up on this side if I can. That way when this gets loosened up, it's less likely, if it gets left loose, it's less likely to take away the power from my winch. Okay. Alright, that's pretty snug fit. Alright. So terminals are tight. Real battery hold down to be installed at another date. Cables are routed through here, down there, and then down by the radiator on the frame rail there. So my intentions are to tie those wires back in means to keep them off the fan here. But for now, this winch installation is just about done. So the picture shows this guy just right over here on the hook there. So I guess that is the intent of that guy there. And then pull out, go ahead and not cut, but just straighten this out. Okay. And we're just gonna hook up our winch cable hook. Okay. Right. Like that. All right. Okay, so the hook's hooked up. So here's the finished product. Gonna hook the cable in. So you just line those up, push them in. Okay. It's got quite a bit of cable. I would say about 8 feet, which is nice. But we're gonna go ahead and engage. We have a free spool right now, so we're gonna flip this guy here around. Goes nice and smooth to engaged. Then we're gonna reel in. And so we're just gonna go in. Works like a charm. Okay. We're gonna hook it right to this. There. Bring it in just like that. And that's all done. As far as the cable goes for the remote. For now, I also have a Badlands remote cable. But for now, I'm just gonna leave this guy. I ran it up with the cable, strapped it in, draped it around, just added to my little wiring nightmare right here, and put the remote just tucked in next to my battery here so I know where it is, face down, so it won't get dirt in it. All right, you guys, thank you for watching my video, and we'll see you next time.